From Steph Curry to Kobe Bryant to LeBron James and more, join me as I show you the 10 most incredible NBA moments ever. Number 10, Lob City. The Los Angeles Clippers haven't always been the best team in the NBA. And in fact, they were deemed the little brother to the Lakers for a long time because they may have had a team, but it wasn't good. But a major turning point was when Chris Paul came to the league and helped make Lob City. This was because Paul was a renowned floor general, and on the Clippers at the time were hungry young guns in Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. They were masters of the dunk, and as this clip will show you, when Lob City was on, it was on. Number 9, Ray Allen. Ray Allen is known to be one of the greatest three-point shooters of all time. And when LeBron James personally lured him from the Celtics to the Miami Heat, a lot of people saw this as a big move. Sure enough, when they battled the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Finals the first time, San Antonio had all the momentum in Game 6. Up 3 points, and less than 10 seconds to go, but Ray Allen got the ball and delivered a three-pointer to tie things up and make it a game again. The Heat would win the game, and in improbable fashion would win the Finals. But none of that would have happened if it wasn't for Allen. Number 8, the debut of Zion. There are many debuts in sports that are meant to get your attention. LeBron James and Michael Jordan were some of them. But when Zion Williamson came onto the scene, he was something. He went to Duke for 1 year and then got drafted by the New Orleans Pelicans. But before he could play a single game, he got injured, which just meant that when he did play in January 2020, the hype was all there waiting for him. And he delivered. His debut game started a hype train that continued until the season stopped. And when it gets turned back on, everyone is going to be watching Zion because it's very hard not to. Number 7, McGrady brings them back. Tracy McGrady may never have lived up to his full potential in the NBA. He could barely advance in the playoffs. But when he was on, it was awesome to behold. Such as when he faced the San Antonio Spurs down 8 with 40 seconds to go. And with unyielding determination, he went on a three-point spree that led his team to victory. Just watch the distance and the arc of these shots. He shouldn't have made them, but he did. Number 6, Cleveland wins. There's a lot of LeBron moments we could have put on this list, but one that really punctuated his career was when he came back to Cleveland after winning 2 titles with the Miami Heat. And despite having a 3-1 deficit in the dominant Golden State Warriors, came back and won the title for Cleveland. The moment of him on the ground, realizing he fulfilled his promise, was very touching. And I'm sure a lot of people forgave him that night for the decision. Number 5, Iversons 48 in the finals. The Lakers in the early 2000s were dominant thanks to Shaq and Kobe. But for one game in the 2001 NBA Finals, things turned on them because of a man named Allen Iverson. In arguably his best game ever, he dropped 48 points on the Lakers to give his 76ers the win in overtime. Sure, they lost the finals afterwards, but the moment where the Lakers knew they had to step up was enough to make this list. Number 4, 8 in 8.9. Remember when we talked about McGrady making all those points in 40 seconds? Well, Reggie Miller did it first, and with a lot less time. Just think about all the things that Miller had to do in order to score 8 points in less than 9 seconds. That shouldn't be possible, but it was, for Reggie Miller. 3-pointers, free throws, rebounds, everything they needed to do, they did. And the Pacers went on to beat the New York Knicks in 7 games, all thanks to Reggie doing what he did in winning time. Number 3, Kobe's 81. The late Kobe Bryant is one of the most important players in NBA history. His career is full of moments, but arguably the most proud moment for him wasn't involving a title, of which he won 5, but rather a singular accomplishment. You see, Kobe once scored 81 points in a game in 2006 against the Toronto Raptors. Only one person in the NBA has ever scored higher, and that was Wilt Chamberlain's legendary 100. No one has come close to that since in the NBA, and with the passing of Kobe, no one will likely want to for a while. Number 2, the flu game. Can we talk about the greatness of Michael Jordan now? I mean, please. It's been long enough. Jordan himself has a history of moments that could fill up a list on its own. But if we're going to talk about truly great NBA moments, we need to talk about the flu game. The year was 1997, and it was Game 5 of the finals. The Chicago Bulls, Jordan's team obviously, were going up against the Utah Jazz, and the series was tied at 2 apiece, which meant that Game 5 was critical. However, there was a problem. Jordan was sick. Seriously sick. Though defined as flu-like symptoms, one look at him could tell you he looked like a freaking train wreck. And yet, he persisted. In Chicago's 90-88 win, the ailing Jordan recorded an unbelievable 38 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block, including a three-pointer with less than a minute left that gave the Bulls a lead they did not relinquish. As the game ended, teammate Scottie Pippen all but carried Jordan off the court, a striking image and proof that Jordan gave it his all to give his team his all so they could win it all. Fun fact, they won the finals. Again. And number 1, Celtics Lakers. To end, we're not going to talk about a singular moment, but a history of moments that span the NBA from its birth to now. No greater rivalry exists in basketball than Celtics Lakers. Mainly because it's these two who have not only fought for the most NBA titles, but have won the most. They have over 30 when you combine them. Plus, when you look at the names who have been a part of this rivalry since the beginning of the NBA, you get Hall of Famers like Bill Russell, Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Kevin Garnett, and of course, Kobe Bryant. The rivalry in terms of finals victories may lean towards the Celtics, but every time we get them in the finals together, it's a moment. A moment that is added to a history of moments that brings fans together to show the world that the NBA is still one of the best sports leagues in the world. And there you have it, everyone, a look at the history of the NBA and showing you some of the most incredible moments to have come from it. What do you think are some of the greatest moments from the history of the NBA? Do you have some of your favorite moments on this list? Which one, if so? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.